Good morning. It's popular here in Europe among students to skip school on Fridays. Yeah, they go on strike, especially in Germany, apparently. Yeah, they don't like the weather, you see. So now some of these students may have to repeat grades. This was from a high school in Berlin, where 13 of these students may have to repeat grades because they haven't been in school. This whole thing was started by a Swedish girl, as many of you know. Her name is Greta Thunberg. Yeah, she did herself skip school. She went to sit outside the Swedish parliament when she was 15 years old with a sign, and now all of a sudden she's a worldwide celebrity. It's fantastic. And she gets to tour, you know. She went to speak at the United Nations. She was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. So who is this girl? Well, her mother is quite well known in Sweden. She's an opera singer. Her name is Marlena Ernman. And she's herself an activist. And I'm sure she's been influencing the daughter and helping her. But there's another person. And that's an activist coach. This little girl has got an activist coach, like all normal kids do, right? Now, this activist coach, her name is Luisa-Marie Neubauer. And you can see her in pictures close to Greta very often when they are doing events. You see this quite young woman, Luisa-Marie Neubauer. And this Neubauer woman, she belongs to an organization called One Foundation. That's right. And this foundation is funded by some famous people, like Bono, George Soros, the Gates couple, you know, Bill and Melinda Gates. So there you go. So maybe it's no surprise that she's so well known and she's getting all this attention, you see. And it's quite important. It shows in Germany, for instance, the Greens did very well in the EU election. And I'm sure this has something to do with it. All these young kids going on strike. This issue is getting a lot of attention. The weather, yeah. No, I feel sort of sad for these young kids. I don't think they will need to pay a price, really, but it sort of reminds me of the hippie movement in the 60s, when young people decided to take a lot of drugs. And they thought this was the way out. You know, this was the way to change the world. Take a lot of drugs. Yeah. And some of them died, of course, and some paid another price. They were physically or mentally handicapped afterwards. Now this is a bit different, but there is a similarity here, I think, because these young people feel very enthusiastic about this. They want to change the world, they want to do something, you know. So it's quite tragic because it's all a hoax, and they will realize it sometime. They will. But that's about all. That's the price they will have to pay, of course. And they can say, well, we were young and we were ignorant, of course. But it's a well-manufactured lie, it is. So I'm not surprised that these young people buy it. All right, that's all. Be good. Bye.